Part 1. The question that shattered a billionaire's smile. Ravi stood at the foot of the marble staircase, his worn-out shoes squeaking against the billionaire's polished floor. The security guards had finally let him in after hours of pleading, and now he stood face to face with Armand Dev, the man whose name echoed across continents, the billionaire known for ruthless business deals and icy composure. But today, Armand looked anything but icy. His eyes had widened the moment Ravi held up the old, crinkled photograph. It was a picture of a woman, radiant, laughing, wind in her hair. Ravi's late wife, Mira. The only photograph he had left after the fire. The only memory his daughter still clung to. Ravi swallowed hard, voice cracking. "Sir, why is my wife's photo in your mansion?" The world seemed to freeze. The billionaire's jaw tightened, a storm gathering in his eyes. For a long moment he said nothing. Then, quietly, too quietly, he whispered, "Because she saved my life, and I failed to save hers." Part 2. The life Armand never spoke about. Armand motioned for Ravi to follow him into a private study. The room smelled of old books and secrets too heavy to share. Ravi sat stiffly on the edge of a leather chair as Armand opened a drawer and pulled out an identical photograph of Mira, clean, framed, cherished. 15 years ago, Armand began, I wasn't a billionaire. I wasn't even successful. I was reckless, lost. He told Ravi about a terrible night on a highway drenched with monsoon rain. Armand's car had crashed into a ditch, flipped twice, leaving him trapped, bleeding, unable to move. It was Mira, young, brave, passing by on her scooter, who had pulled him out, called an ambulance, and refused to leave his side even when strangers told her the situation was dangerous. "She held my hand," Armand said, eyes trembling, "and told me I'd live. And I did, because of her." Ravi felt the breath leave his lungs. Mira had never told him this. She always brushed off her heroism with a smile. "But why keep her photo?" he asked. Armand exhaled. "Because I owed her my life. Because she inspired every good thing I built afterward." Part 3. The truth Ravi never expected. Ravi clenched his fists. "If you respected her so much, why didn't you come when she died? Why didn't you help us?" Armand closed his eyes, shame flickering across his face. "Because I thought she hated me." Armand explained how he had returned to thank Mira after building his first company, but her family, protective, judgmental, had turned him away, thinking he was some rich stranger hitting on their unmarried daughter. Then Mira got married and moved away. Armand assumed she wanted nothing to do with him. "When I searched for her again years later," he said painfully, "she was already gone." The room fell silent. The air felt too heavy. Ravi wiped his face roughly, trying to stay strong. "She never hated anyone," Ravi whispered. "Least of all a man she saved." Armand's guilt deepened. "I should have tried harder." Part 4. A billionaire's promise to a little girl. At that moment, a soft voice emerged from the doorway. "Papa." It was Pihu, Ravi's 8-year-old daughter, clutching her small backpack, fear creeping into her eyes as she looked at the luxurious mansion. Armand stood, stunned. She looks exactly like Mira." Pihu hid behind Ravi, whispering, "Papa, are we in trouble?" Ravi picked her up. "No, beta, we came to ask a question. And I think we're getting answers." Armand approached slowly, kneeling to Pihu's height. "Hello," he said gently, "I'm someone who knew your mom." Pihu blinked. "Mama was brave." "Yes," Armand whispered, eyes glistening, "braver than anyone I've ever known." Pihu's innocence disarmed him entirely. "Papa says we have to leave home soon," she murmured. "The landlord said he won't wait." Armand stiffened. He turned sharply to Ravi. "You're being evicted." Ravi looked away, embarrassed. "It's fine. I'll manage. I didn't come here for money. I just wanted to know the truth." Armand's voice hardened. Not with anger, but determination. "If Mira saved my life, then I owe everything I am to her. And that includes protecting her family." Part 5. The unbelievable offer. Armand stood up. "You're not leaving your home." "I'll pay off everything." Ravi shook his head. "No, sir, I didn't come for charity." "This isn't charity," Armand replied firmly. "It's debt. A debt I've carried for 15 years. Then came the unbelievable part. Something Ravi could never have imagined. Armand walked to his desk, pulled out legal papers, and placed them gently in front of Ravi. "I want you," he said, to become a partner in one of my companies. Ravi nearly choked. What? I'm a mechanic. I can't. Mira believed in people, Armand said. She would have believed in you. And I will too. You'll work, you'll earn, and you'll build a future for your daughter, with dignity. Ravi's vision blurred with tears. Pihu looked between the two men. Papa, is this good? Ravi nodded shakily. It's more than good, Beta. Armand placed a hand on Ravi's shoulder. Your wife saved my life. Now let me save yours. Part 6. A new beginning built on an old memory. Weeks passed. Ravi moved into a better home. Pihu started school without fear, and Ravi, now trained, supported, and respected, began working in Armand's company. Armand visited often, telling Pihu stories about her mother, the real ones, the brave ones, the ones Ravi had never known. Together, they created a scholarship in Mira's name, helping girls across the country pursue education and courage. One evening, as the sun set orange across the sky, Ravi looked at Armand standing beside him at the inauguration ceremony. Thank you, Ravi said softly. Not for the money, for remembering her. Armand smiled faintly. She saved me once. Now I get to help save her legacy. And in that moment, Ravi understood something Mira had always believed. Sometimes the people fate brings into your life, whether for a moment or forever, can change everything.